first, I just want to share that Señal Colombia y Radio Nacional, the official media partner of the conference, has been broadcasting live from the conference over the last few days. So we just want to give a really big thanks to the more than 40 people who've been here from the channel, making sure that everyone can hear the stories, listen to what you have to say. This is the first time in the conference's history that we've had a national broadcaster here. So it's a big moment, and we just wanted to let you know. Thanks. My name's Mina. I'm the chair of Harm Reduction International. You've seen many of my colleagues over the last few days. We just want to say first, just a really, really big thank you for the way that everyone has shown up this week. It's been incredibly moving. We've just been incredibly inspired. It's just been wonderful. So I hope that we can leave today just holding that feeling. So in my day job, I work in sexual reproductive health, rights and justice. And so what's been incredible is hearing similar conversations, the challenge in terms of what's happening in the world of aid, increasing militarization, sort of the new levels of violence, what's happening in terms of social media and the way that that has transformed our space. I'm just really struck that there are these very similar conversations playing out. And it also reminds me that we are all part of this collective resistance. So we're all having these similar conversations, very similar communities, very similar sort of opposition. We're all a bit at the mercy of the political moment. And so I just want to bring that into this room because I think it reminds us that we're all part of something much, much bigger. And I hope that that gives us some hope. And I don't think that there's a way that we can sugarcoat the political reality, what we're experiencing right now. There are many contours of this. We find ourselves in a very special kind of gender panic for all of the outrage on identity. What we see are these sort of very dangerous actors, whether they be part of the oligarchy, part of the authoritarian set. They're this very, very particular type of people. And as much as they are using gender as sort of a dividing wedge, I think we should take pause and sort of analyse their gender a little bit. The sort of special status that they need to be able to thrive in this moment. This is a group of people that are sort of willing to burn our planet to the ground, obsessed by sort of going up in this phallus-shaped rocket into some special magic planet so that they can feel more safe. And so I just want us to think about that and feel stronger for that, because we're obviously scary to them, or there would not be this sort of this moment. Of course, they need the resources from the land to build this end times paradise. And I think I just want to reflect on the land that we're standing on and pay respect to the traditional owners of this land, and to think about how sacred that is, and the resources and our own, the way we tread on this space, and just sort of bring that into the room as well. I think we can feel this kind of end times doomerism, that there is this very incredibly well-financed group of people that just want to sort of trash this world, and we are a community that is sort of very clearly impacted and very clearly targeted. And I can say even, I'm Australian, but I live in East London, even the neighbourhood that I live in, there are these vans as you go home, which has all this facial recognition stuff, and they take your photo as you're going home. And that is the reality that we live in. And we're seeing the evisceration of sort of international law and global cooperation. And we feel that in our day-to-day jobs because of the cuts to aid that we're all experiencing. And this isn't just cuts to US aid. We've heard this in a number of panels, but most of the Western governments that are very wealthy are all reducing their aid, and they're all increasing military spend. And so it's not just that impacts us in this daily work, and it's not just that we can see and feel the violence in our own communities and the over-policing, but we also can see it elsewhere. What we've seen over the last few years in terms of the genocide in Palestine, in terms of the scale of violence across that whole region, that connects to us as we're walking home and having our own photos taken. So I just, want to also bring to the moment about how all of this violence is connected and why we are sort of feeling it in these profound ways. I think, we've all learned to make these links just through the work. We tend to see things years before the public does, before media decides that it's worthy to report. We're sort of seeing things many years before, and so we have been seeing this as well. And of course, this is sort of the long arc of authoritarianism, and it's coming after drug users, it's coming after women and people that are gender diverse, it's coming after sex workers, after Black, Brown and Indigenous people, and after poor people, and also our children. But of course, we sort of know a lot of this already, but I think just feeling the energy in this room, and back to the point I made earlier that there are hundreds of these rooms and we're all fighting the same thing, I think it also is a reminder that we have to be really ambitious and we should feel that ambition. And we've been fighting for generations, whether it's in resistance to this kind of authoritarian state, whether it is around a better world for people that use drugs, whether it's if for someone who wants to end a pregnancy that they can do so safely and with dignity. It is all this same fight, and it is an intergenerational fight. And on the opening day, there was a beautiful moment where there was saying goodbye to someone very important to this community, and the son and the grandson were in the seats behind him. And I think that's a really important signal of who comes behind us and who will come ahead of us. I won't say too much more because we just have an incredible lineup of people, and we're also going to be hearing from the former president of Colombia. And so before I do that, I just want to thank you all. You're going to hear a lot of thank yous because we're incredibly grateful. But please just, enjoy the next hour or so that we have today, and we hope to see you later. And yeah, brilliant. So now we'll go to the video of the former President Santos.